apparently, at least according to Dillian Whyte, he claims that Anthony Joshua never really wanted to fight him last year. And I'm going to be quoting some of the things that Mr. Dillian Whyte had to say. It was reported by Sky Sports Boxing. All right, I've been saying I want the rematch since the fight. I know they were going to fight Miller in June in America, which I said months before the fight. They came to me and tried to kid me. You guys gave Miller 20 weeks. Why are you trying to give me 7 weeks? Because they wasn't serious about the fight. Just using me as a scapegoat, pretending they wanted to make the fight. If he wants to fight me, I'm here. He knows where I'm at. They know what my value is. I know the game inside out. If they want the fight, we can make the fight happen. No point pretending you want the fight, pretending you are trying to make it. No, if you want the fight is there. I'll fight anyone, anytime, anywhere. If he wants it, he can get it. So that's what Dillian Whyte had to say. He claims that last year, basically, they were just pretending they wanted to fight him. Because if you guys remember last year, they offered Dillian Whyte a fight to fight, Anthony Joshua in April. And Dillian Whyte turned down the offer. And Joshua was then set to fight Jarrell Miller, but Jarrell Miller tested positive for like 25 steroids, and that fight got canceled. And then they tried to get Luis King Kong Ortiz, but Luis King Kong Ortiz manager said that the money wasn't enough. They were demanding more money. I believe it was something like $10 million. So they had to go with Andy Ruiz Jr. He was like the last option because both Dillian Whyte, Luis Ortiz ducked it. Dillian Whyte said no to it, and Jarrell Miller tested positive for a bunch of steroids, human growth hormones, I believe. So that's why he ended up fighting. Andy Ruiz Jr. He claims that they were always going to fight in New York in June. Now, I do not think for 1 second that Eddie Hearn or Anthony Joshua don't want to fight Dillian Whyte. I don't think they are afraid of what would happen if they fought Dillian Whyte. I think that's a fight that Joshua would happily take because he already fought Dillian Whyte. He already beat Dillian Whyte. So why would he not want to fight him? You know what I'm saying? You know, especially with the way he beat him. He pretty much won every round. I mean, to be honest, like even the round where he the round where he hurt Anthony Joshua, I thought he was losing that round. So I never looked at that first fight as like a competitive fight. So I don't know why Dillian Whyte would think that AJ or Eddie Hearn don't really want the fight. I personally think that's a fight that is an easy fight, to be honest, for me. At least to me, it's an easy fight for Joshua because he already knows what he's dealing with Dillian Whyte. I think Dillian Whyte's going to have a tough time with Alexander Povetkin because Alexander Povetkin is going to be in his face, and he has a good chin, Alexander Povetkin, and he's also a big puncher. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dillian Whyte didn't even beat Alexander Povetkin. I think I'm leaning towards Dillian Whyte just because he's younger, but he hasn't been in shape. Like he wasn't in shape against Mariusz Wach. So if he comes in like that against Alexander Povetkin, he might just lose against Alexander Povetkin. So I'm not 100% confident. I'm just really favoring him because he's about a decade younger than Alexander Povetkin. But, you know, Povetkin has a good chin and he's a big puncher. And Dillian Whyte doesn't have the best head movement. So I wouldn't be shocked if he did lose to Alexander Povetkin. I don't agree with this. I don't think that Anthony Joshua was ever ducking Dillian Whyte.